Contrary to what these sexless puppy molesters on Tumblr seem to think, men are real for realsies and they have distinct qualities. I, as a full-time sexual champion and as Scotland's most prominent practitioner of shoelace-related crime, I will outlay for you some of the primary factors in manness so that you may absorb my straining, throbbing knowledge into your ass mind. A small indication of what being a man is actually like.
America, fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah! America, fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah! Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America, fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my butt.
Firstly, remember the movie Predator? Predator, if you will. I could just end this whole thing right here, frankly. Just watch that movie, adopt its message into your everyday life, and your balls will already be bigger and more loaded with knob sauce. The helicopter scene is so manly. I want to lift weights with my balls, and then pull a back muscle and pretend I'm posing, when in reality I'm praying to Jesus for a seizure to hide the agonising pain. Big muscles, big shoulders, big cars, big guns, big egos, big bellies, big beards, big hammers, big-ish dicks. We got it all. But it's not enough to have the tools, because otherwise you're just a tool belt or some kind of fleshy suitcase. You must follow the way of the warrior to be the true man. Some ground rules for any of you hoping to step into the hallowed grounds of Core. Number 1, work hard. Number 2, unless you can skive, in which case do that instead. Number 3, make decisions, even if they're wrong. Number 4, be brave, but don't be stupid. Number 5, fuck that noise, be as stupid as hell. Number 6, be correct, even when you're wrong. Number 7, enjoy tits, unless you're gay. Obviously, in which case you can enjoy tits and dicks. I think that's maybe more of an American gay thing, I don't get it. Number 8, be loud and brash and annoying as hell, particularly whilst drinking beer. And whilst you're drinking that beer, pretend to everyone that it doesn't taste like your own ass, even though we all know it does. You see, you uneducated oafs, being a man is like being a bear. Bears don't give a donkey's ass about your tax returns being late, or that your car is iced over and you forgot to buy a scraper. They are too busy plucking fish out of the goddamn rivers with their bare mouths and scratching their backs on trees, so scratch your back on the tree of life like the bear of man. If you feel pain, don't be a pussy. Hide it, bottle it all down inside, make some quip about how everyone else is gay except you, and watch the social kudos roll in. In fact, if your flushed, sweat-drenched face doesn't impress your manager as a sign of superior business acumen, then there clearly is no God, and we will all die a lonely, pointless, empty life of entropy and eternal coldness. Hurrah! Don't care about things, even the things that you care about, unless it's a sports team, of course. Those sport ball games mean everything to you. All this sweet, passionate, overly touchy male bonding you simply can't do at McDonald's. That you can do it when some basketball team scores a touchdown to win the Quidditch Cup or whatever. It's important to train your face to be still and emotionless unless you're having sex, in which case you may raise an eyebrow or stick your tongue out as needed. The thing that will impress the ladies the most about being a manly man for men is, obviously, your penis. Pull it out frequently because it needs fresh air to grow like a fire. Rubbing it against things, or perhaps people on busy train carriages, will also help with growth, with some potential side effects. You must hold your balls often as well, because as a titanic structure of nipple-flicking sexual power, they will often swell up and burst out of your scrotum, otherwise like a suspiciously dildo-looking alien bursting out of John Hurt's chest. As a man, you'll have to make choices that affect others sometimes. It may be not buying a Vauxhall Corsa, for example, and instead buying a real car. Other times it may be delving deep into a subterranean cave to fight a giant scorpion because you heard the scorpion has the oddly specific item you need to further the plot, and incredibly, said scorpion has put this item in a handy human design chest, despite not having any hands or any awareness of the concept of personal security. I mean, I'm just saying, think about it, scorpions are like super fucking badass because their hands are daggers, their tail is a dagger, their feet kinda look like daggers, and yet they will never know the sweet satisfaction of putting on a nice racing glove and pulling the hair of someone else's middle-aged wife during an orgy. As a small aside, thankfully, if you are a gay or bisexual man, you can follow these concepts just as much as any straight man would. Unless you're in the United States, because for some reason gay men over there are forced to dress like cinema goodie bags and act like confused, bitchy teenage girls on a constant period. I don't get it. Is that a TV thing? I don't get it. I don't get it! Anyway, hobbies are an important part of maintaining friendships and sanity, as well as accumulating, say, 40 to 45% of your total man time. So pick two. Fishing, golf, stamp collecting, these are all suitably awful, and it has to be boring. Things like skydiving, surfing, tennis, according to the TV, these things are still reserved for women that are having menstrual issues. I don't know why a woman who's on a period would want to play tennis, or why anyone would want to play tennis. Maybe you have to be on your period to enjoy tennis? Small reminder, being a man is like being a bear, but it's also like being a shark, a tank, a helicopter, sometimes a gorilla, a beaver, occasionally a piece of toilet paper, a lift or elevator, whatever you prefer, and it's never boring, except the many, many, many times when it's boring. When interacting with women, remember that they may or may not in fact want nude pictures, but life is short, so take the risk, baby! If it's a female work colleague, even better. What better way to show workmates exactly what kind of not sex monster you are? I'm absolutely not sure that you will not be fired. They also enjoy motorboating, both the titty kind and the actual boat kind, and thankfully as a man's man, you are set for both, due to having excellent sea legs and generally having a bigger face than the average woman. The arousing truth about being a man is that everything is about your penis. Everything. Your disappointing job, your uncomfortable trousers / pants, your disturbing back hair, your boxy, unappealing motor vehicle, a car with all the sexual appeal of your dad's elbows. You exist not so much as a person, but merely as a vessel to carry your colossal sex finger into the waiting vaginas, mouths, anuses, hands, and various pieces of metal out there, desperate to collect your sailors in the local pub, if you know what I mean, to receive your plug into their socket, to place your key into their keyhole, to drop your bombs on their peasant village, to put your brick through their shop window, to fly your plane into their office. In conclusion, maleness is a sacred trust. You must march through life, my friends, like a German through France, upright and proud, balancing the ancient dichotomy of maleness, to be both aggressive during glorious battle but oddly meek during job interviews, to be a bubbling cauldron of male jelly during sporting events but a frigid, boring cup of water during family social events, to talk absolute dirty, pathetic, disgusting filth during that Tinder chat, but then to be a lumpy soup of premature nonsense during the actual sex, to lift huge dumbbells and roar displaying all your male power, but then cut yourself in the changing room because you're disappointed that your lifting partner has bigger calves than you do, to talk loudly about all the vaginas that you're going to destroy with your blitzkrieg cock, but then quietly stroke yourself whilst crying when you see your neighbour Alan in the garden with his shirt off cutting the grass right next to my shed. Something like that.